It's not the gym body. It's not the expensive watch. It's not the guy who walks into a room and somehow everyone just turns to look at him, like he's got some invisible spotlight following him around. It's not the perfect vocabulary. It's not the confident handshake seminar you paid $99 for. It's not the fancy job title on the business card, or the framed degree on the wall, or the six-figure car in the driveway. None of that is charisma. And honestly, that's kind of a relief because you probably don't have most of that stuff, and neither do most of the people you secretly envy for just having it. So let's actually figure out what charisma is, because I promise you, it is not what 15 different LinkedIn influencers have told you it is. Here's the depressing part first, because we always start with the depressing part. You've met that person. Maybe at work, maybe at a party, maybe just some stranger in a coffee shop line who cracked one joke and suddenly the entire line was laughing with him, like he was hosting a talk show. And you stood there thinking, what does he have that I don't? You've replayed conversations in your head at 2 a.m., wondering why you come across as flat, forgettable, easily talked over, while some other person just effortlessly commands a room without seeming to try at all. And the worst part is you've probably tried to fix it the wrong way. You practiced a firmer handshake. You worked on your posture in the mirror. You bought the book about power poses. You memorized a few confident phrases to drop into conversations. And none of it actually worked, because it wasn't fixing the actual thing. Here's the good news, and I promise this isn't some feel-good lie to keep you watching. Charisma has almost nothing to do with the stuff you've been trying to fix. Researchers actually studied this properly. Not vibes, not motivational posters, actual analysis of what makes people perceive someone as charismatic. And the results are honestly kind of hilarious, because they wreck almost every assumption people make. Good looks? About 10% of the equation. 10%. Think about the most magnetic, charming villain in any movie you've ever watched. Half of them look like they haven't slept since the Clinton administration. Doesn't matter. People still lean in when they talk. Status and power? Even less, around 8%. You've met plenty of people with impressive job titles who could bore a houseplant to death in under a minute. Corner office, company car, absolutely zero charisma. Status just doesn't buy you what you think it buys you. Public speaking skill, the confident voice, the clean delivery, the textbook presentation style. That's worth more, about 18%. It helps, sure, but it's not the core ingredient, because plenty of charismatic people stutter, mumble, or talk with their hands like they're conducting an invisible orchestra badly. Doesn't stop them from being magnetic. Then there's a pile of leftover factors researchers lump together. Dozens of tiny things, each worth basically nothing on its own. We're skipping those, because they're not the story here. The real story is one number, 34%. More than all the other categories combined. And it's this: your ability to make someone feel something. Not impress them, not inform them. Make them feel an actual emotion in your presence. That's it. That's the secret sauce everyone's been overcomplicating for years. So which emotions specifically? Because make people feel something is a little vague. And if your answer is, make them feel scared of me, that's a different video entirely. Researchers ran a study where they showed people footage of leaders widely recognized as charismatic, while tracking brain activity in the people watching. 4 specific emotional reactions kept showing up over and over, every single time. First, inspiration. Charismatic people paint a picture of something meaningful, something worth reaching for, and somehow convince you it's actually achievable. Suddenly it feels possible to hit the deadline, eat healthy, finally start that project you've been planning for 3 years. That's why we associate charisma with leadership in the first place. A leader's core job is making the impossible feel doable. Second, admiration. Charismatic people seem like they're operating on a slightly different frequency than everyone else. They stand out. That creates curiosity, a bit of fascination, sometimes even a quiet desire to be more like them. Third, calm and certainty. This one hits a very specific part of the brain tied to feeling secure. That's exactly why, during a crisis or high-stress moment, People instinctively gravitate toward the calmest person in the room. Doesn't matter if that person actually has the answers. If they radiate steadiness, people follow. Fourth, trust. Not, I believe every word out of your mouth trust. More like a drop in your guard, a sense of, I like being around this person, I feel good, I'm not on edge. This is also, uncomfortably, why so many successful con artists are wildly charismatic. Trust is powerful, and it doesn't automatically mean someone deserves it. So there's the formula. Inspiration, plus admiration, plus calm and certainty, plus trust. That's charisma. Not the watch, not the car, not the vocabulary. Now here's where most people mess it up trying to apply this. Because knowing the formula and actually building it are two very different things. Mistake number 1. Faking inspiration you don't actually feel. You cannot inspire people about something you privately think is boring or pointless. People are shockingly good at detecting fake enthusiasm. It comes across as slightly off, slightly hollow, even if they can't articulate why. If you don't actually believe in what you're doing, no amount of hype voice is going to fix that. Change what you're doing, or change how you talk about it honestly. But don't try to perform belief you don't have. Mistake number 2. Confusing bragging with admiration. People don't admire someone who's constantly announcing their own greatness. That reads as insecurity wearing a confident mask. Real admiration comes from talking about actual, specific wins. You dropped 10 pounds. You finally finished the thing you kept putting off. You handled a genuinely hard situation at work well. Combined with sticking to your actual opinions instead of folding the second someone pushes back. The trap here is going too far the other direction and turning into someone who has to win every single argument. Nobody admires that either. That's just exhausting. Mistake 3. Mistaking rigidity for calm. Some people think staying calm means never showing any reaction, ever, to anything, like a human brick wall. That's not calm, that's just unreadable. Actual calm is being able to get knocked sideways by something unexpected and still land on your feet without spiraling. It's tolerance for uncertainty, not absence of emotion. If a plan falls apart and you can shrug and adapt instead of melting down, people notice that, and they start trusting you to handle the next crisis too. Mistake 4. Oversharing instead of being honest. Trust doesn't come from dumping your entire life story on a stranger in the first 5 minutes. It comes from being willing to admit small, real things, that you don't know something, that you messed up, that you're not actually as put together as you look on your best day. People trust openness. They do not trust someone performing vulnerability like it's a strategy, which, ironically, is exactly what it becomes the moment you try to fake it. So let's put this together with an example, because theory alone is useless. Picture a guy. Let's call him Danny. Danny is not smooth. Danny does not have expensive taste. Danny once, in a meeting, referred to a spreadsheet as the big number thing. And somehow that became an inside joke the whole office still uses. Danny stumbles over his words sometimes. Danny's shoes are generously well-loved. And yet, whenever Danny walks into a room, people perk up. Why? Because Danny is genuinely, embarrassingly excited about the dumb little projects he works on, and it's contagious. That's inspiration. Danny openly talks about the wins, even small ones, and never backs down from an opinion just because someone raised an eyebrow. That's admiration. When something goes sideways, Danny doesn't panic, just says, "Okay, well, that's happening now," and figures it out. That's calm. And Danny will straight up tell you, mid-conversation, "I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing here, but let's find out together." And somehow, that makes people trust him more, not less. Danny checks every single box on that formula, and Danny still refers to spreadsheets as the big number thing. Charisma was never about polish. It was never about having your life fully figured out or nailing the perfect vocabulary or owning the right jacket. It's about whether being around you makes someone feel something real, hopeful, impressed, steady, safe. That's a skill. Not a personality type you're born with. not a genetic lottery ticket. Not something reserved for people who already have money or status or a full head of hair. You can build inspiration by actually caring about what you do, instead of faking passion for things you find dull. You can build admiration by owning your real wins instead of hiding them out of fake modesty, and by not folding the second someone disagrees with you. You can build calm by getting comfortable with things going wrong, instead of pretending they never will. And you can build trust by simply telling the truth about your weak spots, instead of performing confidence you don't feel. None of that requires a better face, a bigger paycheck, or a perfectly polished voice. So if you've spent years assuming charisma was some rare gift handed out to a lucky few, good-looking, wealthy, naturally smooth people, that's just wrong. It's a formula. It's learnable. It's inspiration, admiration, calm, and trust, built through actual honest behavior, not a costume you put on for the room. You don't need the watch. You don't need the car. You just need to make people feel something real. That's the whole secret, and now you know it.